Well, hey, welcome back to Kings Road Young Lions. Tonight is the best night of the week because tonight is the night that we play D&D. And tonight we've got Rosa, Gator, Bronson, Solomon, and Zinthral is back in the house. They are the Young Lions. Say hello, Young Lions.
Hello, Young Lions.
Hello, Young Lions.
I was muted.
So where we last left off, we had just left a dandelion cave, which sounds lovely, but was not, because there was a lion, plant-based lion life form that super poisoned everybody. Zinthral broke his leg. Bronson was on fire and committed multiple murders and killed baby dandelions. It was pretty traumatizing, but they found a little bit of treasure and they escaped in one piece, more or less. So after exiting the cave, they are very hungry to find the group that were responsible for putting them into the cave. This group is a wing of the Hard Way. They go by the name the Wolfpack, and they were being led by a fugitive named Tricky Dicky, who is no longer with us. Had an unfortunate accident with a 2x4.5 orc named Bronson.
What? Oh no!
And it went just as you can imagine. So now, exiting this cave, the party was very careful not to disturb any more vegetation so as not to awaken any more dandelions and not to awaken any more cactars, which if I may say so, you did a great job of avoiding all the cactuses or the cacti inside that cave.
If something doesn't start swinging at you in the first round of combat, leave it alone.
That was a good call. That was a good call on your part. It could have went. It went sideways, but it could have went real sideways really fast. Okay, so here we are as we exit this lush cave, which was full of these glowing berries hanging from the ceiling. Nobody disturbed the glowing vines that were hanging from the ceiling. Nobody took any plants with them. You did take 2 items out of the treasure chest, though. Do you remember what those items were?
I believe those were a pair of thieves' tools and a collar.
And a feather boa.
So actually 3 items. You're right. There were
and a bag of gems in a false bottom.
Correct. So just to repeat that, there were a pair of +2 thieves' tools. Or I guess it would be a set of thieves' tools. There was a feather boa, which grants the user the ability to use feather fall once per long rest. There was a dog collar, which is sized to fit a humanoid character, which gives expertise in animal handling. And upon searching the treasure chest, Gator did in fact find a little bit of coinage, a couple gems, and 1 magicite stone. A stone that you've seen before, but have not ascertained for what purpose it has.
This mineral is strange, but noteworthy. I'm going to hang on to it.
That's a good call. So you emerge from this cave, and the exit is heavily overgrown, almost hidden. You wouldn't even know if it was there unless you were looking for it. The only thing that marks it is that there is a statue outside of it, similar to a statue that you had seen somewhere before, but you can't put your finger on it. It is dark outside. It is raining heavily.
Like the same statue from the Brewski farm?
Now that you mention it, does resemble that.
It's gotta be a god of cats. At this point, two is a coincidence. If we find a 3rd statue like that and there's another cat with it, that's a pattern.
So here you are. You are exiting the cave. The order in which you were leaving the cave, I believe Bronson was at the vanguard of the party here, exiting first. Zinthral, whose leg has been set, and he is very much conscious, although he is very low on health. How's everybody else looking right now?
Very good. Full.
Yeah. I took one of those healing potion beers. And got and healed myself up a little bit, so I'm full on heal.
I'm all right.
I
Okay.
also have those 8 temporary hit points that we talked about.
I'm all right until I'm not all right.
Can I drink a can right now?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So in this situation, you have emerged from the mouth of the cave. You've managed to work your way up a slippery hill. In the distance, you can see the light of a campfire with shadows flickering around it. Now would be a good time.
Nightfall now, or
Say again?
what time is it now? I couldn't remember. I know that it was nighttime when we left.
Well, give me a
But I
survival check.
Okay. That's a 5.
You have no idea. You are very disoriented, but it's dark outside. It's cloudy. There's not even moonlight because the rain is so heavy. There's thunder. It's kind of miserable. It's cold. It's awful. If it weren't for the canopy above you, the rain would just be dumping on you instead of just dripping on you like it is. So
Well, that's good to hear, because I was expecting to come out of here in a silent forest, and then all of a sudden have the silence be broken by of a beer being opened.
No. With the rain being as heavy as it is, you feel pretty confident that you can make a little noise here and not draw any attention to yourself. So if you would like to take a short rest or a long rest at this time, you may do so. What does the party decide to do?
Long rest is going to be way too long.
Yeah,
If we
they
take
got
a long
snug
rest.
over there.
Yeah, they might just start moving if we do, so short.
Honestly, I'm okay with not a rest at this point.
And believe it or not, the wizard agrees with that.
Short rest may be beneficial out of game. I only have 1 bardic inspiration.
Yeah, our bard needs remuneration.
So just
All
a
right,
reminder,
I'm going to post up as guard then.
just a reminder, in our game, a short rest is only 10 minutes. So you don't have to spend the full hour setting up a lookout. It's kind of like, have a seat, take a smoke break, take a load off.
I'd be able to do my arcane recovery.
Yeah.
10 minutes is 100 rounds, though, so I'm going to stay posted up. That's a lot of movement that can happen during that time, so I'm going to keep an eye on the campsite up to the north
Okay.
while everybody else
Same.
gathers their wits.
Well, give me a investigation check.
All right.
And Zinth, are you resting? You probably should rest.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, roll those hit die.
Yeah.
That's a 15 on an investigation.
Okay. So, based on that investigation, you see the 2 cages, you see several tents, and you see 3 bodies around the campfire. One of them is standing, 2 of them are sitting. But over the course of 10 minutes, they do move around a little bit. They pace around. They are keeping somewhat of a lookout on what's going on around camp.
Gotcha.
Remind me again, how many hit die can I use?
I believe you have
can use up to 1 per level.
right 1 per level, and your hit die. I don't remember what it is. It's probably a
Is it half during a short rest and all of them during a full? I can't remember.
No. It's during a
28
short
plus
rest. You decide how many hit dice you want to roll.
I'm gonna roll
Yeah.
3.
And then when you take a long rest, you earn back up to half your hit die.
I thought long rest heals you to full.
Well, it heals you to full, but if you used hit dice during short rests throughout the day, the long rest only restores up to half of your hit die to
Interesting.
use for the next day.
Yes, it's keeping you from having unlimited resources all the time.
Fair enough. So how'd we do this,
Oh my-
Zenth?
I'm gonna roll 4 hit die.
And he snaps his other leg.
Haha.
Yep. As a matter of fact, I don't need these. Here you go. Both legs.
And that's going to be plus your Constitution modifier each time.
I don't need an ACL and an MCL.
There we go. Up to 33.
Hey,
Out of
look at
33.
that. There you go.
Can't spell ligaments without ligma.
You have almost as many hit points as the wizard.
So, Zinth, now is probably a good time to talk about the leg, which is still very much broken and splinted. Tell us how you feel about that.
You know what? Okay, my bad. Yeah, Gator, you're probably right. Could probably be worse. Also, why do I have a lingering smell of testicles?
It's top ramen. Get used to it.
Did you feed me top ramen while I was asleep?
You were the bottom ramen.
Ugh.
Oh, that never happens. Even when I'm unconscious, that never happens.
No, I wouldn't do that to Ambrose.
You better not.
Anyway, so I'm presuming if I don't mean to like cut into the Zinth leg segment, but
Oh, no, that was done. That was done.
I'm hoping the barbarian has relayed this information to us because I have a plan for at least my end, and perhaps I can double up with Zinth because I'm thinking maybe I should hold back given what my plan.
I've got a bit of a plan too, but it's going to require getting up close.
Right, so we got to roundtable this real quick for like we don't just rush in.
Do we have any stealth abilities as a group? Like, does anyone have anything that can, silence our approach or make us invisible?
I can
Our
turn
quiet
one
guy has a
person
broken leg.
invisible.
I'm pretty damn quiet, but you know what? I probably have disadvantage.
Well, I'm not too worried about the quiet with all the thunder and everything like that. I just don't want to just like roll up like we're just gonna let them sound the alarm first.
I don't think we
would love
should
to.
roll up. I was working on some plans for some things that ultimately got taken care of, so I have kind of a surplus of hoarded supplies that I was getting ready. Bronson, do you mind if I borrow the bag of holding for a second?
Go for it.
I pull out basically 7 Molotov cocktails. Now, these don't do a lot of damage, but we can, set all their tents on fire if we creep up and surround the camp.
We haven't heard from the moral compass of the group just yet. How does Rosa feel about this conversation and everything that happened inside the cave?
Well, I'm glad that Bronson left the cacti alone.
I did smash one.
You did what?
I did
What?
smash one cacti.
Repeat that.
Well, now you tell me.
You guys were there. He exploded. There was goo and needles everywhere. I took a bunch of damage
Repeat
from
that
it.
again, but slowly.
I smashed the cactus.
Did you now? And it was
Yeah.
money?
Did you have a rash after?
Yes. I got better.
So,
I got better.
I don't know how I feel about, throwing Molotov cocktails at them.
At the guys who just tried to
So,
murder you and
oh,
took Snuggle Cup and were trying to murder us all?
hear me out. How do we not know they have other captives there?
Well, we'll save them too.
Not if you firebomb the whole
I
place.
guarantee you they're not in the tents when they have cages available, since it's the hard way.
What you mean guarantee? How do you know?
Come on,
They
man.
got cages over there.
Yeah, they got cages. You're not gonna put a prisoner in a tent when you have a perfectly good cage.
There's a big empty cage right next to Snug's
Okay, think
cage.
of it. Think of it like this, though. You're gonna put an animal in a cage. You can tie up a person in a tent.
Yeah, but it's the hard way. They're not going to do that. If they had an empty cage, they would put someone in a cage.
All right, we'll save the tents, but same principle. If we all creep up and then throw the Molotovs into the center of the camp, then enemies who come out of the tent to engage are running into fire.
Anybody trying to flee a fire?
So why
Can-
don't I? Here's the
Well,
thing.
theoretically, they're tied up, I thought. Well, they're prisoners. So, like, you think there's some normal folks just chilling in these tents that are ready to run in the event that something happens?
Have we done any sort of reconnaissance? I mean, I feel like I don't know.
Waxing investigated.
It's the same group that attacked us earlier.
But I mean, can we try to go around the back and get Snugglecup out and not have to deal with anybody?
I don't believe that that's an
So
option.
that we can run into them again later when there's more of them and they can try to kill us again?
Yeah, they ambushed us. That was not an accident.
So
they put grease down, split half the party down into a hole.
Dropped
lucked
us into
out
a
in that-
hole full of plant monstrosities.
Yep, and then they tried to kidnap you and Snugglecuff, and I mean, they were trading blows with me too. This is not a situation where we're going to be able to talk our way out of it or just bypass it. The hard way is to be ended. I mean, like, I don't know how many times we're going to have this conversation.
So next question. We ran into some of the higher ups with the hard way, right?
Yep.
When we were fighting around the hole. Do we see them sleeping around the campfire?
They're probably in the tents.
Which is why they.
Are we sure they're in the tents and not in the trees or something like that?
Okay.
check.
It seems
Why do I
like
smell
you
a trap?
feel more comfortable if somebody scoped the situation out a little bit. I will go ahead and cast invisibility on myself, and you just hear my voice go, I'm going to take a walk.
All right, we'll hold tight.
Cool.
I think we should have finished talking before anybody did anything, but I don't think I can stop Solomon at this point.
Oh, no, we can keep talking.
Well, I just, like, I would like everybody here. No, but he's already going. I'm not trying to, like, stop what's happening because that's not fun. But I'm just like, I didn't get to talk about my plan. That's all I'm saying. So,
What's your plan,
let's,
Gator?
let's see what happens by the campfire before we get too distracted with more conversation.
Okay.
Solomon, go.
Just a point of bookkeeping here. Zinthral, because of your injury, you have suffered some exhaustion. So you're going to want to mark this down. You have 3 levels of exhaustion right now.
Oh.
So that means you would take disadvantage on your skill checks. Your movement is going to be halved, and you take disadvantage on your attack rolls. And you heal one of those levels of exhaustion every long rest.
Gotcha. This is gonna be a bitch.
Well, you're gonna stick with me. You're gonna watch my back. But I'm more interested. I mean, these
My ass, I know.
invisible footprints are getting further away, so we're losing track of where Solomon is proper. But
Yeah,
Just wait and see
Solomon,
what develops.
if that changes your plan and you need to retcon that invisibility spell, you can do that now. If you'd like to move forward, we can move forward.
I'm in.
Get after it.
I'll, like, if Gator speaks up right before I cast the spell, I'll be like, okay, what's your pitch, Gator, before I go scope it out? Because either way, we're going to need to get some eyes out there.
Yep.
Discreetly.
Well, I'm thinking I need to give y'all like a code word that I will shout when my plan goes off. But if somebody, like, if more people show up than just the 3, I can pop the hypnotic pattern and potentially have people standing there, like, in out of game, like in game mechanic terms, not in Gator terms. They would be incapacitated with a speed of 0. If enough of them fail their saves, that at least, like, stupefies hopefully a good portion of them. Thereby we won't have as many people attacking us with attack of opportunities. We can go in and grab Snugglecup. Even if Snugglecup is, like, fails his save, if he's in the area, it doesn't matter because somebody's going to pick him up and carry him away anyway.
Yeah.
So it could be that you guys don't even have to engage in like, put yourselves in the fray. I can go into the middle of this thing, and you guys can hide in the bushes and pepper them with light crossbow shots or magics, like guided bolts or anything else, and sort of use cover behind trees, or sneak over to go get Snugglecup while I have them distracted.
Yeah, I was going to propose Zinth like be my eyes in the back, like make sure we don't get ambushed. I'll protect you since you're hobbled, but you can still watch my back. We can still be a force. I don't know what Rosa wants to do, if she wants to stick back here. I mean, Solomon wants to be invisible. I'm in favor of Solomon doing some close-up investigation. If we can find out that there are hardway in the tents, I'm not against throwing Molotovs in the tents and creating chaos.
Yep.
All right. Sounds good. It looks like we've got 2 basic ways to decide to go. That's a snatch and grab, or destroy our enemy who tried to murder us. Now, we'll figure that out once we have some more information. I'll be right back.
All right.
And I'll turn invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. Which direction is Solomon going to move?
I'm going to start by heading pretty much straight towards the camp.
You probably
And
can't.
I've got 60 feet of dark vision.
Oh, okay. Well, let's give you 60 feet here. I mean, 60 feet is a long way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's basically to the camp.
It's like across the world, it might as well be.
So it's 10, 20,
That's
30,
Trout.
40, 50. Oh, 60 exactly. There you go. Okay. So you're going to creep up along that path. How far are you going to go there?
Okay. Can I turn to the left and right?
Sure.
And look more than just in a straight line?
Yeah.
Okay, so you want...
Trying to get the cone of of awareness going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing reconnaissance here, so I'm going to sweep the area between us and the camp, make sure there's no hidden traps or people lying in wait to ambush us. And if I don't find anything in between us and the camp, I'm going to see if I can maybe peek under the back of one of these tents.
Sure. Let's get a perception check. Well, let's see. Should it be perception or investigation? Which one makes more sense?
Probably perception, because he's not.
He doesn't know what he's looking for.
Yeah, exactly. He's just
Well,
trying
I'm
to scope out and get
specifically,
the big game.
before I get closer to the camp in this, space between, I'm definitely, creeping and looking for trip wires, looking for people hiding. So investigation might make me happier with a better score.
Why don't you roll both of them and let me know which is which?
Okay. Okay, I rolled a 15 and a 16.
Okay.
I differentiated them by green and yellow. God, where did my sheet go? It's over here.
That 15,
my
15 is enough.
perception- Okay, cool.
Yeah, 15 is enough to pass on either one here. So, approaching the camp, let's start with the first thing that you see is that there is a tripwire with alarm bells on it. And that's right about there. So you can move, you're right up to about there. And you see that there's this tripwire with bells on it.
I would like to brandish these new set of fine thieves' tools and disarm this.
Sure. Go ahead, give me a roll on that.
Okay. And they have a +2 bonus themselves, and they give you proficiency, right?
Yes.
Expertise, right?
No, not
No, the
expertise.
collar was expertise.
Oh, gotcha.
It's proficiency. So he'll get his proficiency bonus +2.
Got it.
14.
So you're sure that you can disarm this trap. However, in disengaging it, you're not confident that you can do it without making noise with the bells.
Okay.
It probably will take the assistance of somebody else to help you bring it down without making any noise.
You know, I'll just take a stick that's nearby and stick it in the ground upward so that it's easier to see where this is and then maneuver around it.
Right on. As far as the perception roll goes, you're able to see a good portion of the camp. Because there's a campfire there, it actually makes it more difficult to see the dark, what's in the dark behind it. Right,
Yeah,
the contrast makes it harder to see. So you see everything that's shown here, which includes several tents. One of the tents is bigger than the others. Two of the tents are they are covering supplies. Those are the square tents on the left.
These ones.
And you can see that's where supplies would be stored. The other tents are smaller and they look like sleeping tents. There's also a cart there as well, which has some items on it, but nothing that would spoil once getting wet.
I'd like to try to swing over in this direction now and see if I can get up behind this big tent.
Well, the wire trap is going to span across that way, so you won't be able to go that way.
Pop it.
Sure, give me an athletics check.
Can I make an acrobatics check?
Sure.
Do a flip.
Yeah, I'm just going to gently, almost just like kind of skip over it,
Just
as opposed to just
limbo
big,
under it.
big jump.
Sure, yeah.
Acrobatics 14.
Sure. You do clear it. It was a little closer than you would have liked it to have been, but when you retell this story, everybody will know that it was graceful and flawless.
Oh man, I should have cut my extra weight before it started. I'm really gonna need to drop some stuff.
In addition to that, you see that there's a bit of a drop off here. That's the minor cliff that's behind you. The farther east on the map you go, the more elevation change there is.
Okay, so that's kind of a steep downhill side.
Correct. If you wanted to perch yourself on top of that hill, that would provide a pretty safe vantage point over the rest of the site.
Yeah, definitely. And as long as I still haven't noticed any bodies, creep up right behind this tent. Let's see what I see over off to the right.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. There we go. Can everybody see that?
Yep.
So, more of the same. Another wagon. The backs of these tents here. Give me a stealth check. You're getting pretty close to these tents.
He's invisible.
Because of invisibility.
Yeah, roll with advantage because you're invisible and it's raining.
I think that's +3, so 15.
Okay, so there doesn't appear to be any alarm there. However, you do notice that you're leaving some pretty solid footprints in the wet earth here because of the rain and because of how waterlogged it is. So that's a little concerning.
Yeah, we'll deal with that in a second. Let me just double check this. Yeah. You know what? No. I'll save it. I'll take care of the footprints on my way back out. The last thing I want to do is just see if I can lift up the bottom of this tent enough to see inside. I just want a little peeky-poo inside this tent.
So we're going to do a sleight of hand check here. Which...
that one I'm really good at.
Really? Well, finally, we got to use it.
You pull up the tent and you're like, is this your card?
That would be 22.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you get a good look at what's inside this tent. And this tent it's a nice tent, right? It's you could sleep a whole family in here. It's decorated kind of nice, and there are 2 bodies in here which are sound asleep. And if I can figure out how to reveal what they look like, I'll do that. That's the wrong one.
Urge to kill rising.
So the first one is a beautiful, beautiful man with long curly hair and a tight goatee.
Bard.
That's correct. You remember him as the bard that healed the barbarian wearing the half-orc mask. And next to him is who appears to be the alpha male of the group, sleeping with the chainmail coif on top of his head and the sunglasses. This guy is always on. You can't tell if he's asleep or not because you can't see his eyes, but he is snoring, so...
Okay. Good to see.
he's just sitting there like, Small Joe.
Doing a little mental math from the description of how many figures were outside the hole during that attack, I could presume that the rest of these tents probably have comparable numbers of Hardway members inside.
Well,
this one was like the biggest of the group.
You can speculate anything you like. Give me an
good enough for me.
How about an investigation? Roll investigation here.
Ooh, 7.
Okay, you do catch one thing that confuses you. You didn't see it at first, but now you see it, and you are a well-educated gnome. You've been around the way before. This is something that's pretty uncommon. It is a sheet of metal with math equations all over it.
Inside this big tent?
Yeah.
133%. Don't read it. It's Steiner math. It's not going to make sense.
Yeah.
It'll add up, but it won't make sense.
Maybe we'll check that out later if the opportunity arises. At this point, I'm going to call this a successful reconnaissance mission, and I'm just going to try to slide down this embankment down to this level.
No. That would be a climb up.
Oh, that's a climb up. From here.
Oh, I see the perspective that it's doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that I'm looking at the shadows, I think you're probably right.
Yeah.
It is the other way, but we're saying that it's.
I get it.
It's a up.
Yeah. No. My eyes shifted as soon as you said.
Who made this map? MC Escher?
Okay. Cool.
Slide sideways.
In that case, we'll just creep back the way we came, and I assume I'm gonna have to hop skip the alarm again.
If you like. Yeah.
You can always ring it. That's the signal. We gotta go.
We're gonna see what happens when I roll the dice. That's the deciding factor.
Now,
It decided.
roll this with disadvantage because.
Then I don't need to roll the die a second time.
Oh.
Because it is a 1.
It's a 1. So you go to gracefully jump over this trap again, but with the rain being the way it is, your launch foot does slip a little bit, and you manage to clip the wire. The bells go off, and you panic, right? Because there's no way everybody didn't hear that.
No, cool head will prevail. They're up on the other ledge. I just duck into this bush over here. I'm still invisible, and I just wait.
Well, you could full on sprint if you like, but okay. So you're trying to hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we hear the bells?
Yes. So the rest of the party hears the bells. Those of you with dark vision, may have even seen what just happened.
I'm invisible.
Yeah, but we still saw the bells shake and everything like that.
Well, now you've seen the trap.
Yeah.
You
I look
also
directly at Bronson.
Let's
Sorry.
do this. All right.
Well,
I'm gonna.
I need to double check invisibility. Real
It was more like an "I told you so" type thing.
Hold up. No. God, wait.
Bronson's going to run towards the noise.
I need to consult invisibility before you move.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't
Spell
like.
ends for the target attacks or casts a spell. Damn it.
I mean, you're still in a bush if you cast a spell.
Uh,
Yeah, everybody's all wakey now.
do what you do, Bronson, but know that I'm invisible.
Yeah.
And
Is-
it's raining and storming. Maybe a tree branch fell on their trap. They don't know.
Is
Yeah.
is Gator going to use an illusion spell here to try to cover for Solomon?
Soon, but if I say young lions, if I scream young lions, everybody close your damn eyes.
Okay.
And Solomon's the only one who's out of earshot for that. This is not ideal, but that one screwed us.
All right. Stand by.
Wakey, wakey. Eggs and bakey.
Oh yeah, that'll get there. I'll get there easy peasy. Let's do it, Leroy Jenkins. Yoop.
Or you're just going to run in there? Okay, well, before you do that, humor me. Allow me to read this monologue that I wrote for this special occasion.
Okay. All right, I tell you what, I'll walk up there, and I'll just be on the bells with my foot, just stomping on the bells.
This is gonna be difficult terrain, so even that 30-foot movement would be, I forget how difficult terrain works, if it's half speed or
It's double, yeah, it's half speed.
yeah. So you would be slowed, but if immediately upon hearing the bells, if you want to run towards the bells.
Yeah, I kind of figured out what was going on. Like if everything was being scouted, and then all of a sudden we hear jinga 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 jing, like that's at the best that is a signal from Solomon going uh-oh.
It
And
was
at
going
worst,
so well.
Great.
you know,
Well,
either way, I need to jump in and not have Solomon take a bunch of hits to the face.
okay. Well, go ahead and give me an athletics check here. Let's see. Roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Joking. I think
Oh,
no
that
one
is
would
a
react to
16.
bells.
That's with disadvantage. That's a 16.
16. Okay. Well, you don't wipe out running down the slippery hill here. But our friend in the chainmail coif does see you coming, and then
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to make it like quiet. Like I'm just sauntering up.
so in a booming voice that comes from all directions, like thunder in the sky, it even startles you, Bronson, a little bit because you're not raging yet. He begins to speak and says, "Oh, I see all the freaks are out here tonight. You know what they say, that all men are created equal, but you look at me and you look at you and you can see the statement is not true. See, normally if you go against another fighter, you got a 50-50 chance of winning, but I'm a genetic freak and I'm not normal. So you got 25% at best to beat me. Then you add the rest of the hard way to the mix and your chances of winning go drastically down. In a blind fight...
They go drastic down.
See, in a blind fight at this time of night, the 5 of you, or however many of you there are, only have a 33 1/3% chance of winning. But I got a 66 2/3% chance of winning because the little lions know they can't beat us, and you shouldn't even try. So you're going to take your 33 1/3% chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3% chance of winning this fight. But then you take my 75% chance of winning. if we was going to go 1-on-1, and then add 66 and 2/3% chance, and I got 141 and 2/3% chance of winning this fight.
Because Kurt Angle ain't even gonna try.
The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you. So now I hate to be the one to put you into this position, but I'm in mint condition, murder technician with a predisposition for putting the competition out of commission. It's God-given, and that ain't fiction. It's my mission to make freaks like you scream my name. Big Daddy Rook, the math magician. Now it's time for some very long division. So holler if you hear me.
No, that was... Shit, that was good. That was good.
That was good, right?
God damn.
Diner math.
Everybody roll initiative.
No. Okay.
22.
Dirty 20.
That's gonna be...
19.
I critted my initiative.
11.
13.
13, Zim?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's roll for the room here. Ugh.
5.
Okay, so you got the drop on these guys. So Bronson, that would have been your surprise attack. Now this is regular initiative. What do you do? Oh, wait. Let's play some music here.
Everybody is holding a Molotov cocktail.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Can I Can I toss the Molotov cocktail up in the air and smash it with the 2x4 at Big Papa Chump?
You're holding a lit Molotov cocktail?
Huh?
When did you light a Molotov cocktail?
All of a sudden, I have a Molotov cocktail.
Well, I pulled them out earlier and handed one to everybody just in case. But they're actually constructed by friends at the Gnome Depot, so I assume they have a better striking device so that they don't have to do that.
They're actually grenades.
You just throw them, and they don't do a ton of damage. They were meant to be showy.
It's like a clay pot grenade. Is a good way to explain it.
Oh well, that's just gonna explode on my 2x4.
It's got a fuse.
It's just the rain fire all over you.
It has to be lit.
All right, I'm just gonna get this party started.
Okay.
Rage, move up to these guys and start swinging the 2x4.
Okay. So the 2x4, as a reminder, is a vicious 2x4. Only when you roll a crit, a natural 20, it will deal 7 extra damage. So we did play that a little bit wrong last time. Otherwise, it deals normal great club damage plus your strength modifier.
Yeah.
Does that check out? Okay. Let's do this.
All right. Stand by. I think I have some orc thing that helps. Yeah. So I have savage attacks. So when I score a critical hit, I get to roll an extra weapon dice. So I've not been doing that.
When you roll a crit, you get an
extra. Yeah, I get an extra weapon dice, which would be like a D8 or a D6 or whatever. Or whatever. It would be 2d6 with the greatsword. But I don't have that right now, so we're gonna swing the 2x4 on these guys.
Which is what's the normal damage on that?
It's 1d8 plus 5.
1d8. Okay. So if you get a 20, you'll get a +7 plus another d8.
Yeah.
Plus
24 to hit the guy to my north.
That's a hit.
And that is. Let me subtract 7 from that. 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And then swing on him again. That's an 18 to hit. And that's
Yeah, that's a hit.
a max damage on that one. So that's 13 points of damage.
Okay, so you down him. 2 swipes of the 2x4 and just whack whack, and he is down.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna frenzy on the next guy to my east.
Okay, and remind us again what the frenzy does. Is that your third attack?
Bonus attack, yeah.
Okay.
That is only a 15 to hit.
15 does hit.
And that is 12 points of damage.
One
Bronson.
shot, 1 kill.
Bronson doing his thing.
So you take him down as well. So describe how that whole situation happened.
So it's just walking up, like my eyes are on Big Papa Pump, and like I'm not even acknowledging the fact that these 2 thugs are coming at me, and I just swing the 2x4 and like basically slap dude across the face with it, hit him with the backhand, and then turn to the next guy and just bring it down on his head. It's like one motion that drops 2 guys.
Yep. Okay. That brings us up in the order. Next up is Solomon at 20.
All right. It's officially on now. I'll just call out to the air, but I'm just really calling out to Rosa. It's like, they're trying to kill us, and now they're gonna kill Bronson. We gotta jump in there. And I will full sprint.
Oh, wait.
25, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Over here. And while I do, just coming out of invisibility is first like my bright yellow like cap, and then my yellow and red bright like shirt, and then a beard, and then my long silver hair, and then a bag that like spills open because it was slashed partially open across my belly from the dandelion, and like 3 other wigs fall out of it. And that'll be my whole turn.
I love it.
Okay. Are you readying an action? Because
No, he took.
I took the dash action.
Oh, you dashed. Okay.
Yeah.
That brings up Gator.
So, my question is, me being just a mere human without dark vision, but having other senses that are not so dull, and with the light in the background and everything, and Bronson's hulking form doing what he does, am I able to see that he just dropped these 2 peons? Or did the sounds indicate?
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yes.
You for sure heard it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I should at least be able to hear it, if not see it.
Yeah. Yes.
There were 2 cracks of thunder with no lightning.
It sounded like Zinth broke 2 more legs.
Johnny and Plank over here, or whatever the kid's name was, I can't remember now. But well, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold my action for now, but I'm ready to cast Hypnotic Pattern if it looks like a bunch of people pop out. But I'm wondering if Bronson won't alert us to that being the case. But if I see more than, let me see. So initially, how much could I see initially before anybody died?
Well, you witnessed this whole thing. I mean, Bronson went off pretty much announcing his presence to anybody within earshot, and you watched him run down the hill with reckless abandon into the waiting arms of these 2 hardway bandits.
The waiting heads of the hardway bandits.
And he Jim Duggan, comma, ED'd his way through. But okay, if I see if it looks like Bronson gets outnumbered, I immediately drop the Hypnotic Pattern. But so other than that, I hold my action for now because that I have plenty of range.
Okay. Are you going to do a movement?
Rosa, you stay here with Zinth. Yeah, I guess I'll move in thusly. Tiptoe. I don't want to Thelma and Louise myself over the cliff. I'm still confused about this perspective now that I saw it one way and then we questioned it. And now it's impossible for my brain. So
You're going downhill.
Going downhill. Okay. Whee!
It's almost like they're in like a basin or something like that.
That's right. You're up on top of the hill looking down into the bowl of this basin. It's a great vantage point from where you are.
Okay, so since I would have had to like maneuver my way around this little precipice or whatever, my 30 feet of movement, I'll hide behind this, what I'm assuming is a large rock and tree combo, so I have a decent amount of cover. But I'm ready. I'm ready to do some illusion magic. I'm excited for it as the player.
Okay, so what's the trigger here?
If it looks like Bronson is surrounded, and I'm gonna qualify surrounded as 3 out of 4 of your, north, south, east, and west. If it's 2 people, I'm not worried about it. But if like a bunch of people rush out, 3 or more, then I will pop the spell before the end of the round, before the end of the combat round.
Okay. That brings us up to Zinthral at 13 initiative.
Cool. I'm gonna dash, but I want to sneak. Hold on. I instantly forgot how to play. Hold on. Give me a sec. So it's about. I can go here if I use the dash action, right?
Well, keep in mind that your movement is halved because of exhaustion, and it's difficult terrain if you're looking to jump down off of this elevated position onto your still broken leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to do it anyway. If it's dash, I can go like 40.
So that'll be your movement and your action. Okay, well, let's do the jump first. Give me an athletics with disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
Ooh, that's a nice roll. And that was a 19 both times.
Well, that's pretty good. All right, so you managed to hop down or slide down to this position right by Gator. With the movement that shouldn't be possible. However, your leg is killing you. It absolutely is throbbing. And it's a constant reminder that you are not 100%. Then you go further downhill on this wet slope. So give me another athletics check.
Gotcha. 13 plus, that's a 19. Wait. 17. Ooh, that one's bad. 6.
Okay. So you're gonna slip and fall prone, and give me
Break your other leg.
give me 1d6.
You're gonna be the first champion
A 1.
in a wheelchair.
1.
So you're gonna be prone. You're gonna take another point of damage.
I'm gonna weaponize that wheelchair too.
All right, there, Ironsides. Take it easy. Let's get you examined first.
So this is a reminder that you are not okay. You cannot do the things that you know your body is capable of. You're different now, right? You're gonna have to modify your strategy because you can't fight the.
You're different now. Oh.
I'm sorry.
The way that you approach battle before is not going to work until you're fully healed up again. And as you fall down on the ground, luckily nobody sees this happening besides Rosa. It's a little humbling. You're just glad that Bronson didn't see it. That brings us up to Rosa in the order here.
All right. So I don't have dark vision. but it sounds like it's not too bad. Do you need any assistance there, Zinth, or?
Have a nice
if you can
trip.
pick me up.
What's that, Zinth?
If you can like pick me up. That's gonna happen at all.
I'm a halfling, not a saint.
She's a footstool, not a ladder.
Depends. Can you make me faster in any way?
She's from the Ottoman Empire.
Let me take a look here, because I think it's mostly curing. What's aid do? Aid?
You got Tensor's floating disc,
No.
or you could just
I
sit
do.
around.
All right, I'll go with my original plan here. I can dash double my speed, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So I need to make sure everybody can see that. There we go. So
Could you,
50. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, my bad. Go on.
Oh no, I was basically my plan is while you guys are running distraction, I'm pointing at my screen like you guys can see this. I'm gonna try and go around and see if I can get Snugglecup out of there.
Oh, you
So-
can?
Oh yeah, we both go in there. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I'll just.
That's where I'm going with super awesome thieves tools.
I already
Invisibly.
forgot. Sorry, I can't remember how far that was. 50 is here.
Well,
Okay.
let's do your normal movement first. That's going to
Okay, normal
be
movement. 25.
25 feet
Yep. So,
in the darkness while it's raining from the top of a drop off. So let's roll athletics with disadvantage.
and F1.
Can anybody see what I'm drawing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, 4.
4. Okay, so you're going to take a little spill down this incline and hit the ground. So it's only maybe a 6 feet drop. So give me a d6. You'll take d6 bludgeoning damage.
Of course, I roll a 5.
Okay.
All right, let me put it up here.
So 5 points bludgeoning damage. You do fall prone, but you can take a dash action, which will give you. You'll have to use half of it to stand up, and the other half to move.
Okay, so basically, I can go another half of what my normal is. Is what that breaks down to?
Yes.
Okay. So half of 25, so 15.
Yes.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. Okay.
Okay, so you're in pretty good cover here, and you're within range of Zinthral in case things go sideways.
Yes.
All right, that brings us up to the hard way. And let's go ahead and clear out the bodies here. Okay. So we'll start with the math magician here, Big Rook. He is carrying a shield that has math equations written all over it, and the equations begin to glow as he starts to recite some type of incantation. It's going to give me an Arcana check, Rosa and Gator.
$26.
19?
Okay, so you both recognize this as being some type of runic magic, although it's pretty uncommon. But he seems to be glowing and pulsing with this magical energy generated from the math formulas that are on the shield. And then he steps forward and he will swing on Bronson here. With a warhammer. It looks a lot like a very fancy sledgehammer.
Oh.
but it's just a single-handed, and that's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll just barely hit.
Okay. And that's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Then he'll take another swipe here. And that'll be a 21.
Yep.
So that'll be 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Then our friend in the tent will step out and back away from Bronson. Then we'll use Dissonant Whispers, which I always forget how this works. Bear with me for a moment. I have a card here. Okay. Make a wisdom saving throw, Bronson.
18.
18. That'll cover it. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to run away screaming.
Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be 4 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And we will see some other friends enter the fray as well. Let's go ahead and we'll reveal that. So there is our orc friend. There's Big Mama. And here's a couple more of these meat
Gator,
shields.
I believe your
You're not surrounded.
criteria has
You're not surrounded. Get in there. Get in there.
All right. Where'd that guy come from? Was he sleeping on the crates?
They were intense.
These guys are totally intense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good there. These two guys here are going to go ahead and take a swing on Bronson. They don't have a prayer, but they're going to try anyway.
You don't even have a name tag. You stand no chance.
That's right. 17?
Yeah, 17 will hit.
17 does hit. Okay. That's going to be 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And then the other guy here, that's a 7. That's going to be a miss. A light crossbow from the back here. That's going to be a 5. That's no bueno. Okay. Fake Bronson here is going to go ahead and throw a javelin. That's a wrong one. He's also going to rage. All right, that's going to be that'll be a 22 on the javelin. And that'll be 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And then a second javelin.
All right.
That'll be a 23.
Yep. 14 is what you're aiming for. You can just let me know if it hits.
Gotcha. And 5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
That's going to be it. And that'll bring Bronson back up in the order.
Okay. I'm going to pop a healing potion.
Actually, Gator was reserving action.
Yeah.
Does that trigger?
In all technical sense, it doesn't qualify quite the condition because I said 3 of 4.
Well,
facings,
you were holding it.
If we're going to talk about the full 8 squares around you, then I mean I did say 3, so I probably should do that.
Okay, so describe.
Where are you centering this?
Well, first things first, I'm gonna say it doesn't matter, but oh no, it does matter. So no, I'm gonna I don't have to announce myself now. It's not pertinent that I make sure that everybody else doesn't have to see this because with my 120-foot range and the 30-foot cube of swirling mist I produce, for a brief second, I'm going to place the origin of the 30-foot cube on the dude with the sledgehammer. No, wait, hang on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let me see, I should probably... See, like, these cubes and stuff always confounded me. Like, we actually have a cube being drawn on screen to make it easier. So I guess I would put it at the, like, in front of Bronson's face, but not so it's touching him, like the guy in front of him, so like the corner was like right there. So it would essentially not hit the guy to his direct right, but it would in fact hit the 2 henchmen, sledgehammer guy, fake orc.
So it's
that's
30-foot cube would hit everybody.
a 30-foot cube would be 6 squares.
I have to announce it then, because now Bronson is at risk, and possibly Zinth, even though I may or may not realize it.
And
Solomon, who knows? So, and he wasn't a part of the plan anyway, so he doesn't get the benefit of me giving the code word and everybody snapping their eyes shut.
What is it? What is it centered on?
Yeah, I like that guy that you have it on right now, the one right in front of Bronson.
The one on the left. Okay.
That's 30 feet.
Yeah, so as 2 of our homies are in the range, I will shout, "Young Lions!" Which was the signal to close your eyes.
That's a 60 feet cube.
Oh, is it?
It's 30 feet in either direction. So
yeah, I need a 30.
It should only be 6 squares total across.
I still have to save Bronson.
Yeah, so it's there you go.
So that would hit everybody except for that other dude. If you centered it right here, you could hit everybody.
Yeah.
Right, because I don't have to center it on a target, right?
Correct.
I can just center it within range?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. Okay, and then after that, it's just concentration, so that's what I'll be doing thereafter. So yeah, hypnotic pattern happens, so let me read that off for effect. You create a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube within range of 120 feet, mind you. This is like mad powerful. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw, which is why I wanted everybody to close their eyes so they don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. Not charmed as in friends, but charmed meaning the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0. The spell ends for an affected creature if any damage occurs from someone, or someone uses their action to shake them out of it. But if everybody's all standing in a stupor, they can't shake each other out of it.
Okay.
Roll some saves.
So it's a wisdom save versus
versus 14.
14. All right. Well, Bronson, you want to roll first here?
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
Okay.
14 plus 1.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll for the henchman first here. It's just going to be a straight roll for each one. So we've got how many of those? We've got 4 of those. We'll start at the bottom and just work up. So bottom guy, 15, 7, 12, and a 14. So homeboy here is going to be dazed. I guess that's probably a good term for it there. This This guy's going to be dazed as well. Okay.
Yeah, whatever, incapacitated and whatever that comes with it, plus speed of 0.
But they're still standing on their feet. They're just kind of.
They're just
Right,
driving.
they stand in a stupor. Yeah, the pattern basically hypnotizes them like a cobra.
The lights are on, but nobody's home. They're AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are BRB bio.
Yep. All right. So let's roll for fake Bronson here, and we'll roll this. We'll roll this on screen. Come on now. There we go. 14. Just barely passes. All right, homegirl is gonna roll. She's stunned.
All right.
And then sexy boy. What was it? A 20. Oh no, he's good. He actually enjoys it.
It was a light show for him. It was like Laser Floyd.
Yeah.
What
He's
about
like
Warhammer guy.
he's a little jealous he didn't get pyro. Okay.
I missed it. Did Warhammer guy pass?
He did not roll, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
It's very astute of you to notice.
That was a 3rd level spell. I'm going to get everybody I can.
What did he get? He got a 6.
Yes.
So he is also a sitting duck. Okay. Now, Bronson, what do you do?
All right, so the guy to the east of me is gonna get thumped.
The one that's still aware?
Yeah, the one that is aware.
Okay, go ahead.
I miss Cleve for these setups.
22.
22 hits.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Okay, he takes it.
Yep.
And but he's hurt.
I'll hit him again. That is a, what is that? 17.
Yep, that hits.
And that is max damage, so that is 13.
Yep, so you drop him.
Alright, bonus action, I'm gonna chug a potion.
Yep.
So that's 2d4 plus...
2, I think.
Alright, so that's 9 hit points back.
There you go.
Heal that, and then I'm going to head over. Let's see, walk across here.
Now you still have a third attack, right?
No, because I used my bonus action to drink a potion. So I'm just repositioning myself.
Oh, so with frenzied attack, you can use a bonus action for a third attack.
Correct.
Okay. And then you're gonna run up there. Okay.
Yeah, just gonna move out of the incapacitated area and over to some combatants that still may pose a threat.
Okay, fair enough. All right, next up in the order, Solomon. You are still stealthed. Is that the word? You're hidden. You have an opportunity.
I'm not being particularly stealthy as I'm running at full speed, but I am invisible. So.
Yeah, there's also diversion here, so...
Oh, yeah, all kinds of diversion. So I'm going to keep running. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then I'm going to make it to Snuggle Cup here, it looks like. 10, 15, 20, 25. About it's right there.
Oh.
There he is. I was wondering where he went.
So as you dash to the cage to let Snuggle Cup out, presumably, you do recognize it is Snuggle Cup. It's for a second there, I was going to tease you guys and make it a wolf dressed up like a lion, but that's just too mean. So it is Snuggle Cup, and Snug is happy to see his daddy.
Well, smell me. I'm invisible.
Oh, what? Yes. Still invisible.
But I don't say anything when I see that guy.
Yeah, you're
He's
definitely
probably watching a fight going on to the south too.
you're definitely surprised because you did not anticipate him to be standing there. You thought you had seen everybody, but yet there he is. You recognize this as one of the people who tried to detain Rosa before you went into the Dandelion Cave. All right, is that your turn?
Yep, that's all I got for the time being.
All right, that brings us back around to Gator at the top of the hill, hidden behind a tree.
I'm thinking, so I'm holding on to the concentration for the spell for now. They still have lights flashing in their own eyes. It's not something that's like out in the public. They're just all still dazed, and I have to concentrate on that. So, what'd you? I couldn't hear you though. What was your suggestion?
Light crossbow.
I probably should. Like, it's rare that I actually do a physical damage attack roll, but maybe from my hidden position, that's probably one of the better things I could do.
You got cover. You got concealment. Start to rain crossbow bolts on these guys would be an excellent idea.
Firebolt is better.
Firebolt.
He can't cast that while he's concentrating on another spell, is it?
It's just a cantrip. It doesn't take concentration.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then catching people on fire also is a good side benefit. All right. Well, I don't like the looks of Warhammer, dude. So can I spray him with the fire hose?
You have a fire hose?
Yeah, firebolt.
Oh yeah, you can shoot fireballs at it.
Firebolt, just to be clear, just so we're not like.
Yes, firebolt. So you just take a pot shot here from 3-point range. So
He's on fire.
So it's 120 foot range, and you roll your spell attack versus his AC. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm aiming for Warhammer, dude. Who's
Big Bronson. Oh no, never mind.
Incapacitated.
Big Papa Pump.
Oh,
yeah, got it.
Well, yeah, I already picked my target.
If he's incapacitated, I think you have advantage.
That's what I was asking. If he's of the incapacitated status, that makes him of the advantage to me.
If he's incapacitated, it should be an automatic crit.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah, if you hit.
Well, let's see if I hit. A 16.
Then yeah, I would say roll with advantage then.
Roll with advantage then. 16 and then 12.
Yeah, so 16 will hit, and it'll be a crit. So you're going to do max damage plus an extra roll. So that'll be what, 1d10 or is it 2d10?
1d10.
Well, okay, so at this level it's 1d10 plus another d10, or plus, so it'd be 10 plus 1d10.
Total of 17.
17. Nice one.
Bam.
It's enough to wake him up, right? If he takes damage, he snaps out of it.
He takes a whole big bunch of damage, and then just for him, he's no longer incapacitated. But I'll trade that for the large amount of damage I was able to do.
Okay. Yeah, so he's not quite bloodied yet, but that definitely.
But he's crispy.
I didn't realize that that incapacitated meant automatic crits against him. I probably wouldn't have moved.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much call your shot if you can't dodge, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna kill that spellcaster soon, so.
Okay, so that was Gator's shot. Any movement, or are you happy where you are?
I'm fine being behind what is at least a medium-sized tree and small boulder.
Next up will be Zinthral. So Zinth, you took a spill, so you are prone. You'll have to use half your movement to get up. But in the process, there's no reason that you should be fighting in this condition, that any normal person would sit this one out, right? But you just refuse to let other people fight without you getting a piece of the action. So you will yourself back to your feet, and in the process, relieve 1 point of exhaustion.
Yes, sir.
So
He's hulking up.
that will bring you to 2 points of exhaustion. You no longer have disadvantage on your attack rolls, but you are still at half speed. But I'll give you the 20 feet of movement speed on this turn.
Cool. So then, there would be no way for me to stand on top of this, would there?
Nope.
There's probably not even enough support for you to get up there. So this is different from when you were fighting at the docks and you were able to climb on top of structure. This is like a pup tent.
Yeah. Can I get like right behind it? Like,
Well,
is there an opening?
I mean, there's crates kind of stacked up there, so you can, dive in there by the crates, and you'll have some cover.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna head around right over, throw rocks. That's my plan.
Okay. So
Anyway,
that's
I'm
that's your movement phase. And what about an action?
I'm going to shoot this boy right here. How can I ping it? Forgot to ping
Right.
him.
Is there a way to put this
Big Bronson.
green square behind the tokens?
Oh yeah. I mean, like everyone's already saved against it anyway, so it's not an
Yeah, it's
ongoing.
not. Yeah.
So I'll just delete it.
Yeah, I don't think I have a way to delete it.
I do. Let me see.
I deleted it on my screen, at least. There should be a little delete button.
Oh yeah, there's a little trash can off to the right.
Yeah. Right
There
next
it
to
is.
the 50.
Aha, okay. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate that. So the guy with the hood and the orc mask is the guy that's
big Bronson.
closest to you. And
That's my mask.
oh, you wanted to take his mask too. Okay.
Yep, that's mine. Okay. I rolled a 23, so
That's a hit.
all right. That is a 6.
So what's the weapon here? What are you using?
Crossbow.
Crossbow. Okay, so 6 points of damage. Okay. Nice.
And I'm gonna use my other attack.
Yep.
Nice. 18.
That's enough to hit.
Cool. And that's a 4.
4 points. Okay. Right on. Okay. What else you got? With your bonus action, you could drink a potion. Or you can... one of the other features that you guys are allowed to do with your bonus action is do an insight check to try to glean any information from the stat blocks of these guys. So you're welcome to do that if you feel like you haven't been able to do a whole lot with your turn.
You know what? I'm gonna do that with the fake Bronson here because I want that mask.
Okay. So, what bit of information are you looking to get about him?
What's his HP and where's his weak spot?
Okay.
The
So good.
testicles.
Give me an insight check.
Like every other man.
Okay. I'm bad at math, so that's 23.
23. Okay. Yeah. So, with those 2 hits, you put, let's see, you put 10 points of damage on him. He's
I
still.
forgot to specify. I went for like the back of his knee.
Well,
Maybe.
a called shot is going to be different than
Never mind.
just a standard shot.
Yeah.
So he's not at half health yet. He's just above half health with those 10 hit points
Gotcha.
already taken out. As far as weaknesses, I mean, he's wearing a mask, so he's not very perceptive. Using your quickness would be to your advantage against him.
Good thing you're not hobbled. Wait.
Oh no, my leg.
Okay, that brings us around to Rosa.
All right. I will just do my normal movement. And then from here... Yeah, that's in range. Zenth, how you doing on hit points?
You know what? I'm alright, but, I won't refuse one.
Okay, let me check one thing. That's an action. That's a bonus action. It wouldn't be much. Okay. So, for my action, I'll throw a cantrip out there. I'll throw Sacred Flame out at this gentleman over here. Okay, make sure that's broadcasting. So a flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you see within range, which is 60 feet. You have to succeed a dexterity saving throw of, I believe it's 14. Yeah, it's 14.
Okay.
Or take 1d8 radiant, and you get no benefit from cover for the saving throw.
So he's going to roll a 19.
Ah, boo.
So on a successful save, is the damage halved?
It just says must succeed saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage.
Gotcha.
Yeah, since it's a cantrip, I
Okay.
don't think there's a half damage
Okay.
element to it.
And
All right.
then for,
So that's your cantrip. You can also use a healing word.
that's actually what I was thinking about doing to help Zip out there.
Speaking of cantrips, I just realized we made a mistake when Gator threw that firebolt. At 5th level, spellcasters, our cantrips do 2 dice.
But you know what's funny? That's not what it says on my sheet for Roll20. It says that is not. It just says 1d10. It hasn't eclipsed the thing yet. So it should have been 27 points of damage then.
Okay, that was 27 points of damage on which target was it?
Warhammer guy.
Big Daddy Rook. Okay. All right, so that does bloody him.
Nice.
Ah.
And,
So
I
you
will
lit him
throw
up. You lit him up pretty good there, while he was AFK.
Yeah.
So hot he
and I
had to
will-
wear shades. All right,
throw a
so
healing word at Zenth.
there you go.
It was 1d4, so 4, 9. And that's it.
Almost full health.
There
that's
you
good.
go.
Yay!
Okay,
I'm
that
not.
that brings us to the hard way, and we're going to start with this guy here, right there. He's going to go first, and with his action, he's going to run.
Aha, smart guy.
Oh, fantastic.
Gone.
And with his movement, he's also going to run. So he is out of here. Okay,
Go, Vincent.
that's
How
right.
far
Help
away
from
is he exactly? He can only be, what, like 60 feet away?
30 plus 30. Yeah, so he's in heavy cover in the trees. He's moved at least 30 feet into the trees and then an undetermined amount beyond the trees.
Disappointing.
But it appears the sacred flame was enough to scare him off. Okay.
You realize that it wasn't just Bronson fighting everybody.
Hogan threw the flash paper in his own face and it scared off Vincent.
That's right. That's right. All right. So thug number 1 over here, this guy is going to take a swipe at Bronson, even though he should know better. And that's going to be 12. So
Show me your name tag.
going to be a miss. All right. Then our bard friend is going to start retreating as well. But
Is he disengaging?
Yeah, yes.
So he's not going to take an action then?
No, he's just, he's just walking away. So Bronson never attacked anybody. I don't know that he would get an attack of opportunity for him to walk away.
So if he's disengaging, then I wouldn't get an attack of opportunity, but that means he can't just go somewhere and cast.
Yeah, that uses an action to take the disengage to move without provoking attacks of opportunity.
If he's moving away to cast something at me, then I'm going to take a swing at him on his way out. If he's disengaging, then that's okay.
So, I don't like the idea that Bronson can lock 3 people in combat just by standing in the middle of them.
Yeah, it takes his reaction. So
I only get 1 attack of opportunity.
Yeah, he only gets the 1 attack of opportunity for the whole round.
Okay, give me a minute here. All right, go ahead, take your attack of opportunity.
Alrighty. That is a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that is sweet max damage on that one. That is +2 for rage. Plus 13 points? No. 15 points of damage.
Okay.
I gotta fix this 2x4 in my inventory because it's still saying like +12. And so I have to do math every time I roll the damage on it.
Sure. So he will use a healing word on, let's see, healing word range should be 30 feet, right? So he'll drop that on his big boss. And healing word is, help me with that, Rosa. It's, what is it, 2d4 plus 2?
It's 1d4 plus his spellcasting modifier, which if he's a bard is charisma.
Yeah.
It depends on the level they're casting at.
Yeah, plus 1 extra d4 per level.
And technically, you have a range of 60 feet.
Yeah.
Wait, so repeat that again. How many d4 is it? 1 per level?
It depends on this. Yeah, 1 per level.
Okay.
Per spell level.
Okay.
So if he's using a 3rd level slot to cast it, he would get 3d4.
Yep, I got you. And then he'll use a vicious mockery on Bronson as he's retreating. He'll, he'll say something sassy on the way out. So that'll be
16 on a will save or a wisdom save.
That'll be enough for you to ignore the damage and ignore the penalty on the disadvantage.
I can't be feared anyway because I'm raging.
But it's not technically a fear. Yeah.
Your feelings are hurt so bad you have like disadvantage on something.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay. Yep. So you're not going to take any damage from that.
Okay.
And let's see, he's going to move the full 30 feet. So that'll be 15, 30. Okay. And then this guy's going to pile in and attack its Zinth, but it's going to be with disadvantage because of the cover.
This guy hits hard.
Okay, so with the great axe here, he's going to take 3 attacks. It's going to be an 11. Yeah,
Yes.
11. right. Second attack. That's going to be a 13.
Miss.
That's a miss. And third attack is it's a 1. So just terrible. So he's swinging at you, and he's just getting all boxes. He's just getting more pissed off. And the mask is on crooked. He can't see out of one of the holes. It's actually pretty comical to use Zinthral. Like, you're starting to wonder why Bronson has such a hard time with him before, because he seems like kind of a dumbass.
Gonna tell him something?
As a reaction, you can say something.
If you give me the mask now, I'll let you run away. That orc right over there, he's gonna kill you.
Bronson, I'm gonna send him back to you.
Okay. I was just checking distance.
All right, and then Big Papa here is going to move after Bronson, and he's going to take a couple swings with the sledgehammer here.
The sledgehammer.
First one's going to be a 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That'll be 8 points bludgeoning damage.
All right.
And the second one is a 12.
Yep.
That's a hit?
No.
No.
14 is what you're looking for.
Okay. So that's going to be a miss there. Yep, that'll be his turn. Okay, and did we get everybody? I think we got everybody.
Yep.
All right, that brings us back up to Bronson.
All right. So I'm gonna look at Big Papa Jump, and then I'm gonna watch this, and then I'm going to automatically crit the lady. As long as I hit her with, I'm assuming a 16 hits.
Oh, this is gonna be so.
Oh wait, no, I get advantage. Hold on.
Right, so
25.
Yeah, 25 will hit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So let's see. That's max damage. So that's 8 plus 12 plus 2.
The auto crit would invoke the savage or brutal strike,
8,
whatever it is that you get.
Let's
Plus
another
12
die.
plus 2 plus hold on, my feature of
Plus 50 points for
Savage-
using all your letters in Scrabble.
plus savage attack, so that's another 8. So that is a grand total of 30 damage.
30
So
damage.
did you add 7 for the vicious?
Yep.
Well, she's not dead, but she is awake.
Oh, I'm gonna hit her again then.
Okay.
That's another 25 to hit.
Oh, that'll hit.
And that one is going to be 9 points of damage.
All right, now she's dead.
Yeah. Bap, bap. And then I'll you know what? I'm gonna I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pop my other health potion.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna be that was refreshing, and I'm just gonna drink my potion right in his face.
Fair
And
enough.
that'll be, let's see, what is it? 2d4 plus what?
2.
Okay.
Yeah. I think-
So that'll be 6 points of healing. All right, so I'm topped off a little bit. Delicious.
Hypnotic pattern paid off for that alone.
Yep. She ain't real. She dead.
She never got to swing a single sword, and she's got 2 of them.
Oh, I was gonna draw X's on her eyes. Why is it not weird? Why isn't I want to draw a line? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Right. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Solomon, you're up next.
Ending lives.
All right. I'm just gonna whisper to Snugglecup real quick. You're actually safer where you are right now, pal. I'll be back in a minute. And dash quickly 15 feet up to here, cutting him off, materializing out of invisibility without my disguise on. I am in just like form-fitting black, covered in black leather armor, wearing like a black cloak, and I just look this guy in the eye. I'm completely shaven, bald, and much younger than I used to appear.
Boo.
And I just say, "Turn around," and cast Dissonant Whispers on him.
Okay. So that's going to be a wisdom saving throw against. What is the target? 14 or is it?
14, yeah.
14. So he's going to fail. That's going to be 8.
Run back
Alright,
into
so
my
he
arms.
takes 3d6.
6.
And yeah, must immediately use his reaction to move his entire movement directly away from me.
Beautiful.
Use this reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you. So as long as it's away from you, it can be in any direction. I don't think that he would run back into the waiting arms of Bronson. But
You don't know that.
he's definitely going to be cut off. So instead, we're going to have him run over this way.
Just have him trip into a tent or something like that.
And yeah, I'll roll an athletics check here to see if he slips in the process. And that's a 15. So he's ran his full movement speed away, but he's still on his feet.
He took 11 points of psychic damage.
There we go. Well, he's bloodied at this point, so he's definitely unhappy.
I'll move my final 10 back close over to the cage.
And definitely afraid of what he has seen, right? It's not a fear spell, though. It's just... he just gets spooked and has to run the other way.
Yeah. It's just terrifying.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, so that's your turn. Now, Gator, you're up next.
All right. I might have a question for the DM. I might do something completely ridiculous here and possibly slightly out of character. With that sleeper that I learned in the first town, with this guy, so I have just enough range, and this is totally uncharacteristic coming out of cover.
Oh, I like this.
If I was to walk up to this guy who's incapacitated as I continue to concentrate, could I slap on my sleeper hold? And I'm struggling to remember how it works.
He's already incapacitated.
Incapacitated, but not unconscious.
So you want to choke him to death with a sleeper hold?
No. Could I just sleep him? Could I instantly sleep him? This is what I want to know.
Yeah, so he would go from incapacitated to unconscious, which means that he would have to be roused and maybe sitting at 0 hit points from the way it looks, like, because you're rolling 5d8 damage for choking
I
down.
thought that maneuver counted technically as sleep.
Yes.
So
That's right. It's like a sleep spell.
So it would be like making him technically unconscious, but putting him to sleep. He'd be stable. He'd still have his hit points.
Gotcha.
Right, correct.
Okay.
And since he's got the status that he has right now, would I be able to claim like full die roll, as in like max damage? That's why I'm asking. Can I effectively?
There's not really any damage for the sleeper hold. He's basically asleep on his feet, and you can use this to basically lay him down, and he'll be asleep on the ground.
Yeah, that's all. That's what I'm concerned with. Like, I mean, I'm saying like, would it effectively be as if I got max quote unquote damage for the sleep spell total?
Sure.
I'm
fine with
I just want to walk up and Vulcan neck pinch him to the ground.
Yeah, this is actually super useful because it says that the creature may only awaken on a successful death save.
From
So
sleep?
he's gonna be out. Yeah. Well, the way that you've got it written, basically he rolls as though he's doing death saves, but they're just to see if he wakes up at that point.
Well, if he takes damage, he would wake up from that too.
Okay.
Right? I mean, that's how sleep works?
No, you roll the damage dice, quote unquote, and however many hit points the target has, if it is less than the total that you roll, he falls unconscious.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking. Would the total of that sleep spell equivalent be enough to drop? Like, I'm gonna try, but so I'm gonna stick my fingers in his neck like a Vulcan nerve pinch. Like I said, I called it the neck pinch, what people mistakenly call it. But I want to try that, and does it seem to be enough? Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
I'm trying to figure out how this. Once they're put asleep, I mean, they don't lose their hit points, though, right?
Correct.
No. I just want him to go from because I'm essentially trying to not be concentrating on this spell anymore. Bronson already took out I already hit one person out of it, and he already killed another person, so I don't need to be concentrating for these minions. But if I can put him down first, that'd be even better.
Yeah. No, so you don't even have to roll for that, right? So, strength check, you automatically pass that, and the 5d8 is enough to cover all the hit points that he has, so that'll put him down and put him to sleep as well. So
I just touch him between the neck and shoulder, and he goes night night.
No, you just go to sleep.
Yeah,
and just lay him down gently, and yes. So he is asleep. He's no longer dazed. He's asleep. So you don't need to concentrate on that spell anymore.
There's the one guy. The one more. This hench is still incapacitated though, so I will continue to concentrate for now. But that is my move. That is my action, and well, I've done enough. That'll be my turn. I was gonna do an insight check, but that was plenty for me.
Okay.
I've got my fill.
Zinthral, you're up next.
Okay.
Made him go sleepy.
Since he's this close, I might as well start punching him.
All right, let's go.
You're just sitting on a crate, throwing punches at him.
Squatting like patches.
Don't hit my leg.
That is an 18 with a little glove.
That'll hit.
All right. I'm gonna just roll both attacks right away. That is a 9.
Okay. 9 points of damage. Got you.
Oh no, that was for the second. Yeah, the second attempt to hit. So
the second one was a 9. 9 does not hit.
Yep. Yeah. All right. 1d6 plus 5. That's a whole 7. And I'm going to use my bonus action to do Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16 hits.
Okay. Here's the second one. That is 17.
17 hits.
All right. Here's the damage for both attacks. 6.
Okay.
And a 9.
Okay. He's pretty bloody at this point. But he's still very pissed off. He's raging.
Oh, I imagine he sucks very much at hitting. And also, I forgot to mention this. I'm gonna use 1 extra key point for one of those to do extra damage.
Okay.
So it's a 1d6 plus 2. My Hand of Harm.
What type of damage is it? Bludgeoning?
Should be necrotic, I think.
It is necrotic, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that is a 6.
So 6 more points of damage?
Yep.
Okay, so he's mortal at this point, meaning that he's near death. He's taking quite a beating from you.
I would hope so.
But he and he's still very angry. He's gonna get a hold of you eventually.
No, he won't.
No?
No.
All right, Rosa, you're up next.
see.
Kneecap him.
I bet his saves are good, though.
His good saves are dexterity and charisma, if anything.
Okay.
That's what bards are proficient in.
Yeah, so Sacred Flame probably not a good choice because that's a dex saving throw. And I feel like the other one is overkill.
If you had Dissonant Whispers, you guys could just ping pong him back and forth.
Do you have Guiding Bolt?
I do have Guiding Bolt. It's just, I'm like, God, that's overkill. That's 46.
No, it's not.
He hasn't taken any damage
Right.
except for what I've put on him once.
Oh,
And I
Okay.
Dissonant Whispered him for 11.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He said he's bloodied.
Yeah, he's
so
bloody.
He's potentially around half hit points
And him.
or lower.
And him.
Hit him with the
and
46.
oh my God.
He has the capacity to heal the rest of these assholes too, so
Yeah, he does.
And if you
He's
hit him,
gonna
I'll
prolong
have
the suffering.
advantage when I shoot him with my crossbow next turn.
click clack.
I kind of wanted to see if I could make it out of this campaign without a body count. That'd be great.
Not with the hard way.
You might not kill him.
Hard way doesn't count.
Hardway is not innocent.
Think of
All
their
right.
body count.
I
Pretty sure they
will-
traffic women.
I will go ahead and hit with the guiding bolt. There's no save. It says here. It's just make a make a ranged spell attack. All right. A spell attack. That's making sure one thing before I go.
I love that it gives lingering advantage. That's got to be one of the only like offensive spells that does that.
So +6. 17.
That'll do it.
17 will hit.
Okay. That's 1, 2.
Make him explode. Make him
No.
explode. Make him explode.
Bloody mess.
Oh Jesus. He actually might die. Let's see. 18, 23. It was 3 6s and a
I was
5.
gonna say you had to roll trip 6.
What type of
6.
what type of damage is it? Radiant damage?
Yes.
Okay.
Should be. Let me double check that. Yeah, radiant damage and any attacks. The next attack roll made against this target before the end of my next turn has advantage. 'Cause
Okay,
it's all
so
sparkly now.
you blast him with this radiant bolt that strikes him in the chest. His body seizes up and he does the old flare flop directly onto his face. If you're not
One
familiar
of us.
with
One of us.
with what that
One
is,
of us.
he throws his head back and then he kind of seizes up a little bit. It takes a couple more steps forward and then just flops right on his face, just face down in the dirt. It's almost comical, but 100% dead.
There you go. It's in chat.
That phase. Alright, oh, I didn't move anywhere, but I kind of like where I am.
Yeah, be our sniper.
Yep, so I will stay in my place, I guess.
Okay. That's your turn?
That's it.
Okay. Well, that brings us back up to the hard way. And we've got a couple sleeping guys over here. We've got... Okay, so this henchman will attempt to be a hero and protect Big Daddy Rook over here. We'll take a swipe at Bronson. And it's a big swipe. It's a 9.
Yep. That's, yeah. That's not going to do it.
Okay, so that's a miss. Okay. And so Big Daddy Rook here is he's going to take a couple more swipes with the sledgehammer here because you like the last one so much. He's got a couple more for you. His shield still glowing the numbers and equations, which you don't understand what any of them says. Maybe nobody understands. Maybe he doesn't even understand what they say. But they are glowing, as well as his chainmail coif and his glasses. Everything is glowing. Even the sledgehammer is glowing. He's definitely got a magical property about him that would not be acceptable in all places. So takes a swipe with the Warhammer. Not good. That's going to be a... Is that a 5? 6?
Nope.
No, I'm sorry. It's an 11.
Yeah, it's not going to do it.
Okay. And second attack here. No, that's a 12.
Nope.
Oh, so swipe with the sledgehammer. Doesn't land. He doesn't like how things are going, so he's going to evade. He's going to head back this way, which will give you an attack of opportunity. Go ahead.
That is a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And that is only 10 points of damage.
All right, so he's going to use his legendary reaction here, using the power of the runes to deflect some of this damage. And he's going to reduce 10 damage off of that. So you dealt 10 damage to him?
Right, but he shrugged it off with the magic.
Right, so the power of the runes are going to protect him. And he's sprinting away through difficult terrain, around the fire, squeezing through the cage here, back to the muster point, which you can assume is probably back there in the woods somewhere. But he's making his exit. That brings us to fake Bronson over here, who is still raging at Zinthral and is going to make a couple more attacks. So first one is going to be... That's an 11.
Rosa's going to have a high body count at the end of this.
That's an 11?
Pick off the stragglers.
That is a miss.
11's a miss. Okay. Next one is a 22.
That one hits.
Okay. And that's going to be 11 points of slashing damage.
Understandable.
Okay. And then a third attack here. That's a 17.
Hits.
17 hits. That's 7 more points of slashing damage.
You know what? That's fair.
So he finally catches Purchase with this big old great axe of his, just shredding through these boxes that you're behind. Finally does manage to catch you. It couldn't last forever, right? So now there's no more cover between the two of you, and he's just breathing smoke at this point. Eyes glowing from behind the mask. He is super pissed off. And that'll bring us back up to the top of the order here. These two boys down here are still sleeping. Gator, you still got the concentration spell going, right?
For now.
Yep, okay. So, Homeboy in the blue is still AFK. That takes us up to top of the order, Bronson.
I'm going to walk right over here. I'll take... Minion on the east can have his attack of opportunity.
And he will. That's 17?
Yeah, 17 will hit.
Oh, well, that's actually a 19.
Yeah, 19 will hit.
Yep. And that'll be 3 points of slashing damage. Take that.
Ouch.
Right?
That's what I say as I walk away from him. Ouch.
A fan throws a drink at him.
All right. And so yeah, I'm gonna swing on fake Bronson.
All right, roll with advantage since you're flanking.
Yep. dirty 20.
That hits.
And that is going to be 12 points of damage.
That's bludgeoning damage. 12 points. Okay, he's mortal at this point.
Going again. Ooh, that's a natural 20.
Okay, roll for damage. Not that I don't think you need to, but
I'm minimum damage is going to be 16.
all right. So tell us how this happens.
So he's swinging, coming down with the axe on Zinthral, and Bronson just walks up and just smacks him in the back of the head with the 2x4, and then he turns around, and I just straight up and down right on the skull, clonk, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna take his mask.
Nope.
No.
I would like to completely and utterly fucking do
Outside the bounds of my turn and time and space, I would like to.
I would absolutely love to challenge you on that if I can.
I'm gonna snatch it right off his face.
I'm not going to give it to you with the bonus action. So
right.
you drop him, which he basically falls into Zinthral's lap, and the mask slides. It's easily removable at this point. And Zinthral, it is within range for you to take it on your turn.
Go for it.
Mine.
All right, then I'm going to use my bonus attack to attack the incapacitated dude to my southeast. And that is going to be an automatic crit, which means that's going to be 30 damage, something like that. I'm assuming he's dead.
Well, it should be, you have to roll to hit with advantage.
Right.
And then if you do hit, it's an automatic crit.
It's a 20
So
or
it's a
Double nat 1.
It's a
14.
It's a formality, but
Yeah, 20 to hit him.
a 14 will hit. Yeah, 20 will hit also.
So I guess swing on the on Orcman, and then turn around and just kind of all right, just kind of shrug and look at the camera, and then boom, right down on his head too.
El
Okay.
Kabong.
He gone. So you drop him as well. Okay, that's your turn.
Yep, that's me.
All right, Solomon, you're up here. So you see Big Daddy Rook appears to be making his escape. You've also seen the bard has been dropped face down in the dirt.
I'm still running this way. I was pulling out my crossbow to shoot the bard, but he goes down right as this guy squeezes between these cages. I'm gonna run right up to here and cast Thunder Wave.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. So I have
he
to roll
needs
a...
make a Constitution save.
Okay.
14.
Let's check what his constitution is. Ugh.
I'm assuming you're blasting to the south and not in danger.
Yeah,
It's not gonna happen anyway.
I'm blasting directly south.
All
You're
right,
gonna
so
swing that corpse too.
so he's going to fail the roll, which means he's going to be pushed back 10 feet, right?
Yeah.
And he's going to take...
slams him into the gauge. Oh, great.
And how much damage is he going to take?
10. Thunder.
He's going to take 10 thunder damage. Okay. You've also... You've pushed him almost within range of this fire. So he hasn't quite stumbled into it yet, but uncomfortably close. And he's still bloodied.
And I think I have 5 feet of movement left. I cover this gap in the cage, and I'm just holding my crossbow up. I pull a dagger out of my boot, and I'm just holding this gap in the cage.
Yep. There we go. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Gator is up next. Would you like to release your grasp on this sleeping prince down here, or just continue to
Keep choking him out.
Well, yeah, no, he's gonna have to. He's gonna find his way to the ground slowly. He's gonna just slide to the earth and take a nap. And
You don't have anybody who's dazed anymore, or incapacitated via.
Yeah, so I don't have to worry about concentrating, fortunately.
Okay.
So I'll take a few steps closer. What does this guy look like? Can I use a bonus action to discern his current state of health?
Big Daddy Rook is he's bloodied and appears to be fleeing, but he's not mortal.
I'm not entirely sure I can take him down myself. So I say, hey, where did you think you're going, sir? Stay right there. And I fire a finger pistol at him, but that is in the form of a hold person spell. And
Well, remember,
humanoid I can see within 60 feet.
Firebolt deals. Remember, Firebolt deals 2d10 damage.
Yeah, but then if I'm close enough within the 10-foot range, poison spray is 2d12.
Okay.
But you said he doesn't look like he's mortal, so I'm not counting on high rolls right now. I'd rather just make him stay put and let Bronson finish him off or something.
Is your poison spray flammable?
No, it's nothing like that. Unfortunately.
Okay.
It's only just straight up poison damage.
That would be awesome.
Trust me. If I could juice it, I would. But I'll lean back on the whole person. I'll say, where do you think you're going? And you need to make a wisdom saving throw immediately or be paralyzed for the duration, which is concentration of up to a minute. Even though at the end of each turn, you do get another wisdom saving throw.
All right, so it's going to be a 9.
He's paralyzed for at least this turn.
Okay. Alrighty, so he is paralyzed.
Well, y'all, anybody who cares to look can see I've got my big focus face on, so I mean, I'm not gonna get obviously movement is restrictive, but I'll sort of I'll approach as if I'm like starting to circle him, like, y'all, I don't think he's gonna be a threat. You want someone come up here and take him out, or do we want to get information? And then that's it for my turn, really.
That brings us to Zinthral. So, Zinth, you're within reach of this orc mask, next to the body of this hulking individual.
What mask?
Oh, the mask.
He already snatched it.
So you've already snatched up the mask. Okay. So you now have the mask. It'll take some studying to figure out what it does, but you have it.
Them all. All right. Who else has a mask?
Well,
Hold up. Can I stand on top of right here? Give me a sec. Would it be possible at all?
To climb the cage?
Yes.
Yeah, you can climb the cage.
Okay, cool.
But you have to climb it with disadvantage.
Okay, understandable. Hold up. 13.
No. So you're not able to climb. You just can't figure out how to make it work with your leg. You can't put enough weight on it to climb it effectively.
That was a flat roll, right?
It would be an athletics roll.
Oh, my bad. So then that's a 15 then.
15. Roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
He's trying to tell you. No.
15.
2 15s?
Yeah.
Okay, you're on top.
Okay, cool. I want to shoot this guy. Hold up. Why isn't it doing anything? There we go. I'm gonna shoot him twice with the crossbow.
Okay.
Wow, that was awful. That's an 8.
Nope. He's paralyzed. He's incapacitated.
Well, you roll with advantage.
Okay, cool. Well, either way, that's still a 7.
Damn.
Who's the other one?
It is.
Ooh, natural 20.
So I heard an 8, a 7, and a 20. Which is it?
My second attack is the natural 20.
Oh, okay. So second attack is a crit. So you're gonna do max damage plus an extra roll.
Okay. So 11 plus...
Well, your max damage is going to be, what's the dice? Like 1d8?
1d8 plus 3.
Right, so it's going to be 8 plus 1d8 plus 3.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Oh, wait. Nice. That is... simple math. I'm not good at that. 14.
Your greatest enemy.
So tell me how this goes down.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him. Whoever wants to do that can do it. Yeah, I just, like, shoot one right in his Achilles.
Well, no.
You're dealing
you
with
missed.
death blow here is what he's telling you.
You got him in the
I'm not
thigh.
gonna kill him.
If you're shooting for his ankle, you got him in the thigh and you hit an artery.
Good enough.
Bleed down.
So
leave someone alive,
it's-
question, you know?
it's like the scene from Ace Ventura where he's got the spear in his thigh.
That would be an amazing. I'm positive that's an amazing reference if I actually took the time to watch the film.
It's bad. It's real bad.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic scene.
It's so severe that he passes out from the pain, and you're pretty sure that this guy's going to bleed out. So you drop him. He is unconscious at this point. And that brings us to Rosa. We are still in combat. We've got 2 more Hardway members here.
One of
I'm
them
taking his
sleeping.
do-rag. I'm taking his do-rag and his chains.
So, question here. The downed bard, is he, like, super dead, or is he,
How
like,
much?
0 hit point?
How bad do you want to kill him, Rosa? I mean,
That's not what I'm aiming for.
First blood, and you want to kill everyone now.
We still have the opportunity to take a prisoner if we can track down dude that ran.
he was
Well,
pretty
there's-
close to being insta-killed. So I mean, he's very dead. You could try to heal him back to life, but
I mean, it's a whole...
Do it.
I was considering spare the dying, but... that's 0 hit points. I
Spare
don't
the
know.
2x4, spoil the child.
If I go here, that's pretty much my whole turn, right? If I try to
You can
maybe
move.
administer first aid to this gentleman, much to the hatred of probably the rest of the party.
So your movement is how much?
It's 25, so a dash would be 50.
Okay. So you can move right up next to him.
But that's about it, though, so I can't
Yeah.
try to stabilize him.
It's fine. We're going to be out of initiative. So.
Correct.
Okay. So, grab me. Move me here. Nope, don't move the map. Move the icon. Thank you. Over here. Alright.
All right, so that'll bring us to the Hardway, and we've got a runner. He's, let's see, that's 20. That's 10, 20, 30. And then he will move, he will dash, and then he will sprint. All you see is ass and elbows as he runs into the woods. So he is taken off, and now we are out of initiative with a sleeping Hardway member over here. What do we do?
I'm going to start looting the bodies.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a
I
great
tell you
deal of
what,
looting that should occur before.
I tell you what, the first thing I'm going to do is the sleeping guy. I'm going to use my 50 feet of rope and I'm going to tie him up.
Okay, I was gonna say tying up is the way I'd prefer to go. 'Cause, like murder in your sleep, that's not cool. You should at least have a chance to
Well,
defend
I
yourself.
mean, I can also acknowledge the value of a prisoner at least for interrogation. I can always bash his head in after he doesn't have any good information for us.
All right.
He can carry things, and if he takes things, we can take fingers.
Yep.
How's your sleight of hand?
I have great sleight of hand.
It's actually not that bad.
If you have it, proficiency in sleight of hand, you can assist each other.
I do not. But I rolled a 15, so.
I have proficiency.
Anybody
I'll
else?
let Gator time up then.
Does anybody else have proficiency? You both need to have it.
I have expertise in sleight of hand.
Oh, okay. Well, the two of you can tie him up.
Yeah, can I loot this guy? I want to do rag in his chains.
I will loot the part. I will loot the bodies all at once and let you guys divvy up.
Wait. Before, so this is going to have some impact into what Rosa is trying to do. We definitely want to strip him of his equipment before she provides any healing and renders him conscious again.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has to be restrained. I mean, technically,
Exactly.
I still have him held.
I think once he hits death, the hold person no longer affects him.
It doesn't explicitly say that.
I guess if you're still concentrating, he would still be paralyzed.
I'm still concentrating, so DM discretion if I'm able to assist or be assisted with sleight of hand at that point.
It depends on if he's a dead body or not, because hold person doesn't work on objects.
Right.
And a corpse is an inanimate object, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Here's how I feel about it.
Shoot him in the face.
Like, with me concentrating on the spell, if he became an inanimate object by way of dying, regardless of me checking, would it not snuff the spell from my mind?
Probably.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is I feel like I would know either way. So either I'm concentrating still, which I would choose to do, or I'm not because it doesn't exist anymore. So however that goes.
Yeah, I think that's going to be your play there, is that it ends upon death.
Does he seem to be dead? Or did he just slip into unconsciousness? This is what I did not gather. Because it sounded like he's going to bleed out. But I don't know if Rosa's going to do her thing, because it sounded like that was going to happen. So just in the event of anything, I'm still concentrating on the spell. I have up to a minute, and it's only been one combat turn, so I have 9 left.
I can understand that. If Rosa is trying to actively save him from death saves, which she would be if it was a player character, then yeah, I would say that the spell would still very much be in effect should he be roused.
See, this is D&D.
Yeah, arguing over minutia.
Yeah, this is exactly what it was meant to be.
Do you have a problem with that, Saucey?
I still don't understand what it is we're doing.
So the argument is, or the question we have is Gator's hold person spell still in effect? Because
what does hold person do?
Hold person paralyzes him. So he was, or did. I'm trying to think of
what's the point of paralyzing him?
So if he is raised, that he can't be a problem, and we don't have to tie him up because I already have him magically tied up.
Right.
So if he's paralyzed, how will Rosa know if he's been stabilized?
I mean, she should be able to do a medicine check to see if he's living or dying.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I'm scratching my head.
No, we're going to say the effect of the spell is worn off.
Okay,
I'm fine with that call too.
All right.
Now you can just cast it again if he's
conscious. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, so in that case, strip him of his gear, tie him up, and then heal him.
Okay, so his gear, he has a chainmail coif. He has a pair of sunglasses. He's got a sledgehammer. He's got a shield, and he's got some damaged armor.
Dibs on the sunglasses.
Whoever's tying him up, if you have if you have proficiency, if two of you have proficiency, you can roll with advantage to tie him up. Otherwise, just one of you has to roll to tie him up using sleight of hand.
I don't need help. I got a 24.
Okay. So
Awesome.
he's tied up.
I tie this
We've got-
fool up,
And he's
and then I
naked.
go and loot the nearest tent.
Okay.
I would like to unlock this cage and get Snugglecup out of there.
All right. So use your lock picking tools to pick the lock.
Damn it. Natural one.
Can you help with that?
You cannot figure it out, and you've snapped off one of the tips of one of the tools in the lock, and have made it even more difficult to pick than it was before.
What are these cages made out of? Are they just wood with, like slats together and everything like that?
They are made of wood and steel.
May I try?
Interesting. Effectively, we've broken the lock at this
You
point.
know how to
I can still
use
try.
Yeah, you can try.
thieves'
Do
tools?
you have your own set of thieves tools, or are you going to use the +2 tools?
May I use the same tools, Solomon?
Sure.
Okay.
Literally anybody can use these tools. They make you proficient.
Okay, cool. 15.
You cannot figure it out either, but you didn't make it worse.
Oh, nice.
So it's going to take some time to work on that. But we can take 20 on that cage and say eventually that lock
Yeah.
can be picked. It's just going to take
No.
a while.
Please, can it be Bronson goes Mark Henry on the actual unworked padlock and breaks a real master lock with his hands?
Yeah,
You-
let me give it a try to just twist it off.
You can try. Go ahead.
All right. You want just a strength roll on that?
Yep.
Wait, bardic inspiration.
Okay, sweet. This is gonna be awesome. So
Can
With
you
a
use
D6,
bardic inspiration on a strength check?
yeah,
Yeah.
on a skill
Yeah.
check, yep.
Ability
Okay.
check.
Check saving throw or attack roll.
31.
Yep, that's tough.
All right.
Drop it, Bronson.
I mean, a 31 is a 31, right? So whatever
just-
you imagine
I
would
grab-
happen to the lock is what
Yeah.
happens.
I grab the lock and then I just start twisting it, and it doesn't unlock the lock or anything. It just destroys that lock mechanism, the hinge where the steel is got the hook to the door side, and I just pull it out. And I'm just like, hey, Snug.
The entire hasp of the lock just
Yeah.
ripped right out.
Yeah, it just comes out of the wood.
Okay, yeah. So you've ripped the door off a steel cage.
Like Kane.
Right.
I prefer Mark Henry, but you go with what you want.
And then, so I do want to talk to Rosa, and I'm going to tell her, I was be like, here is your opportunity. We have 2 prisoners that if you want to talk to them and try and get some information out of them, we're at a spot where we can afford to do that. And I don't have any problems. Just, understand that these guys probably are not going to end up walking away from this.
Okay.
I
Also,
wander off
welcome to
back
the We
over
Killed
there.
Hardway Club. You'll get your membership card in the mail in a couple of weeks, and we'll get you your T-shirt.
All right. So what else are we doing here?
So
I'm
we
gonna wander
hear
off
look
over
around
here
for this
to
one.
recollect my disguise kit.
Okay.
Can I try to stabilize the hardway guy now that we've
Let's
got
do
him
it.
restrained?
Roll medicine.
All right.
Just have to pour a can of whoop ass on.
Yeah, just hit him with some healing.
15.
No, you're losing him here. You cannot regain a pulse.
Oh, great. So I can't hit him with the spare the dying, I guess.
No, I mean
Hold on.
his
Let me see what's
heart
going
has stopped here.
May I help with the medicine check? I'll probably make it worse, but may I help?
are you both proficient in medicine?
I'm proficient at medicine.
Okay, so spare the dying would stabilize him. You touch a creature that has, or a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable. So if he's actively making death saves, he would stop making death saves, and he would just be effectively on death's door.
Okay.
Anyway, that's an 18.
The question is he still making death saves, or
Right.
is he already dead?
Can I
Well,
see if he's dead?
you know, a
With the medicine
turn
check.
is 6 seconds, right? And we spent the time to fully undress this man after taking the crossbow bolt. So, I mean,
Well,
it's
hey,
pretty close,
it-
right?
So this could be just because Rosa didn't get a chance to talk edgewise, get a word in edgewise over all of us. But she could have cast that first. He still would have been at 0 hit points and unconscious. He just wouldn't be dying anymore.
Okay. So, we can cast the spell.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's just a cantrip, and it's just a touch.
So as long as you can touch a target, it can return a dying target.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they have to be like making death saves or at 0.
oh, okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So then, with the assistance of magic, you are able to stabilize Big Papa Rook.
Okay.
Now there's no reason to wake him up until we're fully ready to get an interrogation on. Same thing with this other dude. Let's go ahead and loot bodies. Let's get all of that squared away, and then we'll RP us some questioning.
I'll ransack the tenement.
Okay. The tents all have typical items that you would find in an adventurer's pack. You know, rations, travel kits, bed rolls, things like that. In terms of loot, there's plenty of loot around. Let's roll for some gold here. So, give me 3 d20s.
Each of us individually?
Well, I don't care who rolls. Whoever's searching the tent should be the ones rolling it, or searching the bodies.
I get a 35 out of my 10.
35. So a total value of 3,500 gold pieces amongst all the bodies.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
Divided by 5.
assorted
Let's,
bags of platinum, gold, silver, copper, some intermixed jewels. But in your estimation of it totaling up to about 3,500.
All right, what's the orc got on him? Because I'm gonna go ahead and grab that great axe regardless.
So the orc has a great axe on him, had some javelins, has some damaged chainmail, and that's about it.
Okay.
Unless there's anything else in particular you're looking for.
Nope. And then
Poke
what
my
did
head
the,
out of the tent.
what did
Bronson, what about that weird shield?
Yeah, that I'm gonna get to the mage lady now.
Well, she's not a mage. She's
Or-
a
Whatever
dual
she
wielding fighter. So she had 2 long swords on her, as well as some. She's got some damaged chainmail as well, and some javelins.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So, I'm assuming that the thugs don't have anything except for just like standard, throwaway gear.
They've got a couple scimitars, a couple light crossbows. Of course, all their armor is damaged. Their clothing is all ripped up. The bard does have a music instrument on him. It is a lute that it just appears to be a common lute.
Okay.
Big Daddy Rook has that Warhammer on him. You'll need to do an Arcana check to figure out what it does. Same thing with the shield.
I figure what we're gonna do is we're going to pile up all of this stuff and like at least cast detect magic, in a way to peek at all of this stuff and find out what's good versus what's standard.
Sure.
Can I throw in a request?
Yep.
I'm assuming that some of these tents probably have like provisions and stuff like that, right? Like things that would benefit. Oh God, which are we in Iron Vale? Is that?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be possible? I see like there's. I don't know if they're part of this or not. These little wagons. I didn't know if maybe we could load one up with just regular supplies and bring them to Iron Vale.
Sure, absolutely.
Charity drive.
Yeah, I mean, there's food, there's ale, there's some there's a med kit, there is all sorts of items that a traveling party would have. Too much to fit on just one cart.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, pile everything in the bag of holding what we can, for the overage. And then, let's take one of those carts back. And worst case scenario, we drop it off at the church or something like that.
I have a floating disc that can carry up to 500 pounds. If we're really close to whatever the end of this encounter and going back to town anyway, I can pop a floating disc.
Zinth might need to ride that so he doesn't slow us down.
Ooh.
Hey. And also, I will take a little time to kind of pray or do any sort of last rites type thing for the Hardway peeps. So,
Zinthral, as you're standing above Rook and you're holding this mask in your hand, you notice that your leg doesn't seem to be bothering you anywhere near as much as it did before. You can go ahead and heal another level of exhaustion here, which will return your movement speed back to full speed.
Nice. Alrighty. I'm going to do a handstand, see if everything's working well.
Or you're going to have to do that with the disadvantage, though.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Alrighty, that is 21.
Okay.
Next one.
So you've done a handstand. So looting the camp is complete. What else do we want to do with this camp before leaving?
Solomon's not interested in the camp. After collecting the things that he dropped so that he could be lighter on his feet, he's just sitting on a rock over here, holding the beard of Solomon Scribbles in his hands.
So the beard was a fake beard the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay. So what does he look like now? He's clean shaven. He's wearing all black.
He's completely clean shaven. Yeah, he is wearing tight black leather armor underneath his jolly outfit that is now torn up from the dandelion. And yeah, he's probably got a little bit of bright orange scruff on the face because he hasn't been able to shave in a couple of days.
Okay.
This is a big shock to me if I can see it.
Yeah. How do you reconcile this?
It's like when Stone Cold was the cameraman.
Does the rest of the party see you now with this new look?
Yeah, I walked through. I was participating in combat. I dropped all that stuff while I was invisible because it was weighing me down, and that's why I triggered that trap.
Okay. So how do you explain the new persona?
Does anybody even ask me about it?
At this point, I'm just like, yep. It tracks.
This is perfectly normal to everybody. Okay.
I would like to ask what's up.
Now, keep in mind,
too many questions.
Zinthral is not wearing this mask anymore, so he's undergone a bit of a persona change as well.
I want to ask, is your name Solomon?
You just approach me and ask that question. I look up to you and go, For a while.
What's your real name, if you don't mind me asking?
Been so many. But, my mother called me Rubbledine.
You know, I kind of like that name. Do you mind? Do you mind if I call you that from now on?
I guess depending. I got some patching up to do, but Solomon Scribbles is still a valuable persona. There's no reason to necessarily get rid of it.
Yeah, you got a point. Anyway, you make a great con man.
Oh.
You had me fooled for a good bit. I mean, you had us all fooled. I wouldn't have known that you had another identity. Well, I mean, you dropped some hints here and there, but still had me fooled.
Well, alternate identity is really my specialty. But
Now, if I may ask, would you mind teaching me?
how to stick a beard on your face.
Oh no, just, be as good as you as disguising. I mean, it'd be pretty funny. Two of us being able to do that.
He wants you to teach him to be a master of disguise.
Yeah.
You're not turtley enough for the turtle club. Turtle.
Well, sure. Why not? I guess that's the best reaction one could expect.
Well, I don't know if one would be upset about being lied to. I don't really care. You're my friend. Doesn't matter if you're Solomon or whatever name you choose.
Yeah, I mean, is the crucible of battle has really proven far beyond any intentions or anything like that have come clean in the wash, as they say. It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from or whether or not this is actually you. It's the fact that we've all been working towards this goal, and there's no reason that changes just because you're not necessarily who you are. I'm not who I I'm not me. I'm not living my true identity right now. I don't know if anybody is.
And, I mean, given the recent events, I honestly question why I relied so heavily on Solomon Scribbles. Maybe nobody even knows who I am. And there's no point in hiding.
So are we still on the King's Road?
I mean,
Has the goal changed? Are we still supporting the Heart Foundation?
my softened face turns hard when you mention the Hearth Foundation. We got to do right for us. We've always been on our own. I don't care what the Foundation has to say.
All right. Is the goal still the same though? Are we trying to bring change to the kingdom, or are we trying to just become the top dogs? Because that simplifies things a whole lot.
In order to change this kingdom, we got to be the top dogs.
Sounds like nothing's changed to me then. I give you a big old high five.
And maybe I will patch this up. We could probably use Solomon Scribbles. At some point in time or another, huh?
You're so good at doing that.
Yeah, this is amazing. So, I mean, who else is in the bag? I mean, like, what are we looking at? What are some of the other other options we got going on? What doors can we open with some other wigs?
I
Yeah, I'm
mean,
very interested.
there's a pretty reasonable mixed bag here. I got these. I just started pulling out wigs and like nose prosthetics. I probably actually could make Gator look like his illusion self does. And I have a whole disguise kit. It's kind of mix and match it, and then you do different things. I always I empty out a pocket from my disguise kit, and it's just got like passports for 7 different gnomish people.
This gives me an idea. How about you take a hardway identity or make a new one entirely? I mean, these guys are too dumb to even notice that you were, well, their size at all.
See, I was working on kind of an evil terrorist persona for a minute there, but I figure that plan wasn't really needed for anything. But are you suggesting that I get into the hard way,
I'm suggesting
infiltrate from the inside?
I'm saying it's not a bad idea at all. If we were to have to do something like that, it wouldn't be such a bad idea.
It would be a good card to have in the deck.
Yeah.
Should that become a necessity?
Now, if you can teach me your ways, be a master at this as you are, and we can both do it.
All right. Let me give you some pointers, and I'll give Zinth some pointers on disguising while we re-loot all the bodies for aspects of their clothing and stuff to start building comprehensive designs that fit for a good hardware disguise.
Well, they do have the hardware vests.
Yeah. But we want it to look like they fit. We don't want to look shabby. The key to a good disguise is looking like that suits you.
Yeah, I don't want to look like I'm wearing Dad's clothes,
Well, there's not going to be a great disguise for Solomon or for Rosa just based on their size.
Oh, we can tailor it.
You would have to, but for the other 3 of you, there are bodies that have vests that are of similar size. Of course, they have blood stains on them, and they have cuts in them, and
it's gonna take some work to get some functional disguises out of this, but that'll take some time. We'll take our time. Look, I'm already Solomon again. Look at me go.
So you can gather materials to put together a hardware disguise.
Yeah.
So go ahead and add that to your inventory.
I'm keeping a running track of all the stuff that we've been looting in this little escapade.
Yeah. So how are we on time here?
I'm good for like a little while longer.
Yeah, I'm about done-ish.
About the same.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Okay.
Like I gotta get up for work.
So here's the question. Are we planning on interrogating these 2 hardware members?
Oh, that was my presumption with keeping them alive for now.
Yeah.
Are we planning on taking a rest?
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely.
Yeah, my spells are drained.
I have 1 whole first level spell slot.
So which happens first?
Crap.
We're assuming that
They
both
can rest tied up.
right.
We'll set a watch.
So there are two Hardway members that are tied up, and it's you can determine it's probably about 3 a.m. at this point. It's still raining.
Ooh, they're tied up. Let's toss them in the other cage
the
that we
cage?
didn't break.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can put them in the cage, sure.
And
That
then
wasn't or a plate around like Play-Doh.
We're
we'll
gonna
have a standard night rotation watch while I'll take a rest.
I'll take the first watch, just because dark vision and nighttime, super helpful.
sure. Does that sound like a good plan to everybody? Go ahead and take a long rest.
Yeah.
Everybody sleep.
I'm happy
Okay.
to refill my spell slots, and then, if need be, take the next guard because I'll be much more powerful when I awaken.
I kill them.
Ah!
No, I'm just kidding.
So unless Bronson does anything while everybody else is sleeping, we're going to assume that everybody picks a tent. There are some comfy accommodations, especially in the big tent that Gator's in already. You're all feeling pretty proud of yourself, except for Rosa, who is just overwhelmed with guilt.
Why? You
Absolutely.
spared and saved 2 people from being executed by a band of
By a half-orc.
ne'er-do-wells.
Rosa, you've never killed anybody before, correct?
If not,
No. So this is a first.
Yeah, in my profession, I mean, I've seen death, but I have never seen death at my own hands.
Correct.
Yes.
So there will be some type of reconciliation there between you and your gods regarding what
talking
that
about?
means. But that's a problem for tomorrow. Everybody goes to sleep. The storm passes by the time the sun rises again the next morning. The skies are clear, and you've got 2 Hardway members inside a steel cage with Bronson looking at them through the slats on one side, Snugglecup looking through the slats on the other side. And it feels kind of like a new world altogether. So Zinthral has experienced some type of physical change. Solomon has experienced a persona change. Everybody feels a little changed by this whole experience. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we get into the interrogation. And that's where we're going to leave it for today at the cage, where both Hardway members are awake. They're awaiting your questioning, and think about what kind of questions you have for them. So we'll pick it up.
Does this hurt?
What color is my underwear?
So we will pick it up again there next week. It'll be our one last session before we take a week off. So lots of content to chew through in that session, and hopefully we can wrap up Iron Veil and move on to the next thing. But
Oh yeah, because we still got to do the whole gym challenge and everything.
that's right.
You didn't even challenge Jim yet.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
we did. Were we supposed to? Okay, so before we leave, remind me of what we were supposed to do with Tricky Dicky. We were just supposed to handle him, or were we supposed to bring his head back? I can't remember.
We're just supposed to deal with him.
Okay. Good deal.
All right, Young
Awesome,
Lions,
Greg.
we're going to wrap it up there tonight. Hardway takes a big blow. Young Lions end up on top. Rosa saw imminent failure, but not total failure there. So great job. Great session tonight. Thanks, Young Lions. Say goodbye, Young Lions.
Goodbye,
Goodbye,
young
young
one.
lions.
Young
Good
I was
night.
on mute.
Again.
Hey, congratulations. If you're still listening, that means you made it to the end of the episode. Thanks for coming by and listening to this edition of Kings Road Young Lions. If you like what you've heard, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment down below of what you'd like to see on the next episode. For more great content from This Is Awesome Promotions, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Twitch channel, check us out on Twitter at TIA Promotions. Thanks again for coming around, and we'll see you next time down on the King's Road.